5'9" or 10, and he was in his 30s. Did you see the girl that night, or perhaps even you spoke to her? Now, that red car that rescued her might have been a Vauxhall Cavalier, a B, C or a D registration. Now, perhaps it was a minicab. Please, if you think you helped the victim and that this was you talking to her...
Where's the tube station? What's the name?
Dalton, Kingsland.
Dansland?
Yeah, Kingsland.
Kingsland? Dansland, Kingsland? I don't know. I haven't got a clue where I am. Come and help me.
Call us now if you think that you were that driver. And was this you on foot who spoke to her opposite Dalston Kingsland station as she continued that mobile phone call? Now, this is an extremely serious and an upsetting offence. If you can stop it happening again, please ring us now on 0500 600 600 or call the British Transport Police on 0171 387 0354. That's 0171 387 0354.
7 arrests since last month's programme, 4 as a direct result of viewers' calls, 3 at least as an indirect result. And on top of that, 2 of our 3 reconstructions look very much as though they're on the way to being solved. And what's more, a direct result from a reconstruction 2 months ago in which a woman was terrorised and tied up while a gang ransacked her home. Because of information from Crimewatch viewers, 2 men have now been arrested. And incidentally, on that case, a man rang a police station on 4 separate occasions. He could have vital information and police would like him to call again. The number 01536 411 411. That's 01536 411 411.
In last month's programme, we showed how 3 children had been waylaid on a railway station at Lewes in Sussex and taken by train to Glynde, where they were very seriously assaulted. Well, several viewers called to name a man, and at the same time, police received other information. A man has now been charged.
Now to 2 men to keep away from. Their trick is to go into a shop where they say they can't speak English. They offer to pay for something with a £50 note and try to explain how they want the change. In the confusion, the big man gets his hand in the till. This is an antique shop in Marlborough in Wiltshire. A similar trick was tried at this shop in Farnborough, Hampshire, and you may be able to tell us about other cases which may be linked. If you recognise either of these men, do call us 0500 600 600. The man on the left is about 5'10", 50ish and bald. The one on the right is shorter with glasses and a bit more hair. Please call the local police on 01672 512 311. That's Marlborough, 512 311. Next, an exceptionally well-dressed fraudster. He's well-dressed because he spends his time and other people's money on lavish shopping trips for designer clothes. A wallet was stolen from an office in Whitechapel, East London, and later on this man appeared in London's West End, here in a designer clothes store in Covent Garden. He's in his late 20s, early 30s, with short hair, glasses, and he also has a small moustache. Call us right now if you know him, 0500 600 600, or call direct on 0181 217 4197. That's 0181 217 4197.
We've had about 50 calls so far, the Hastings double murder, 28 so far logged here in the studio. 5 names been put up for the potential murderer, 2, incidentally, names been put up for the jogger on the bridge. Remember the railway bridge just by the flats. Somebody's rung and said that he was the jogger, but he hasn't left a name, which isn't very helpful. If that was you, call again, please. Jill.
In early January, there was a robbery on a jeweller's in Warwickshire, an attack involving 2 stolen cars and in which a firearm was used. At least 10 people witnessed the events, but despite a wealth of detail, the robbers have escaped until now. Maybe you can change their luck.
We've been in Warwick for 21 years in retail, and I enjoyed the shop. The thought that goes through my mind is, what sort of a day are we going to have today? I went to answer the door because I did have a phone call on the Wednesday, and I thought it was this customer.
All right, I'm coming.
Don't murmur or this goes off.
When I first saw the gun, I was totally shocked.
I'll kill you. Shut up or you're dead.
You're hurting my chest. I can't breathe.
When I heard the doorbell, I hoped it was a customer or someone.
It won't be long, Bab. Just keep calm or I'll shoot you. How you doing? Not long.
When I realised it was an accomplice, my heart did sink. I was petrified. I didn't really have very many thoughts. I was just frightened to death.
I was here on holiday with my fellow students. We'd come to see the castle, and it didn't open till 10. So I said, well, I'm going to walk around.
Get the ring off her finger!
It's the ring that my husband gave me, which I have had for 45 years.
I noticed straight away that there was a guy working in the window, and he was clearing out the jewelry. And I thought, well, he's, you know, he works there. Then I noticed he had on these black gloves, and I thought, oh, that's a bit weird. Then it all just hit me that this guy, he was stealing. Then I noticed that there was a sort of getaway car behind me, and the driver saw me, started beeping the horn.
Call the police! Call the police! The jewelry store next
What's
door
going
is
on?
being
What's going
robbed.
on?
The jewelry store next door. The jewelry store is being robbed.
Quick, get the registration number. J445
They've got all that stuff.
HPN.
HPN.
HP, what was it?
HPN.
HPN.
I mean, a quiet, nice little town like Warwick, one doesn't expect this to happen, especially on the main street. I feel both fear and anger. I am very nervous. For the moment, this has changed me, but I'm not going to let them ruin my life. I'm not going to let them get me down.
The robbers drove about 2 miles out of town along the B4095 towards the Warwick bypass. But instead of turning onto the bypass, they took a track beside it that leads past the Warwick Rugby Club. There, they abandoned the Blue Escort and headed for a little chef restaurant, to the surprise of some of the customers.
I didn't know you could park a car down there. How do you get it in?
You can't, for it's a sports field.
Well, there's a car just parked and 3 fellows have got out. They're coming in here. Oh, no, they're not. They're going straight past.
The first man was about 6 feet tall, 30 years old, stocky build, with dark hair, a roundish face, pale complexion, red lips, a pointed nose and dark eyes. The driver was shorter than the others, about 5'8", slim build, 30 years old, dark hair, and what's described as a Barry McGuigan-type moustache.
That's strange. I wonder what they're doing.
No, look, they've gone to a white Vauxhall over there now. In fact, they've gone into that.
Looks just like a vehicle switch. Someone's driven up, dumped one car, transferred to another.
The most suspicious thing of all was the speed they drove off in the Vauxhall Astra at. They actually screamed away as if they were escaping. And it was that really that compounded suspicion.
The Astra headed north up the Warwick bypass and was later dumped at the Co-op supermarket at Sturchley in South Birmingham. George Stepney, £100,000 worth of jewellery taken. Is there anything in particular you're asking people to look for?
Well, there's 3 items that are unusual and indeed expensive. Now, I'm sure that those are still in circulation.
Now, we're looking at these rings here. They're very distinctive and they do look very expensive,
Yes.
certainly. Anything else you're looking for?
The small boxes that some of the other jewels were held in. They've got the jeweller's name.